And a wonderful good day to you. This is Owen McCafferty again, speaking on behalf of Professional Fusion, and just like to bring a few ideas and thoughts to mind. Topic for today is, should you unretire? Now, the idea of unretiring was developed through an American Institute of CPA article that was forwarded to us as members. So I don't want to take credit for this. It's a beautiful idea, and obviously I'm going to give a little variation on a theme from what was written. So this is not an articulation of what the article is, but rather I'm trying to cite my muse to come up with a topic that I thought is so timely and important. Unretiring is something that is not just limited to those folks that hit the magical age and are then availed the opportunity of taking Social Security or passing up on an enhanced Social Security if they just waited. This unretiring is more directed at everybody who pulled themselves out of the marketplace. Now, COVID-19 was one of the reasons, but not the whole reason. We have a different view in society. The idea of quality of life really sprung up about maybe 3 or 4 years before COVID, but it sure did take a lot of legs. So people either went into semi-retirement, that is, they didn't work the requisite hours to qualify as full-time. Now, when I say full-time, I mean full-time under the old system where it was at least 40 hours a week, those good old days, probably back around 2015. But unretiring means that we see the result of diminishment of effort in terms of eating into the savings, causing there to be a reduction in benefits that we really even haven't seen yet to the fullest extent. And one of the other areas is the critical impact in terms of what all this does to society. Let's talk about the financial aspects. A 40-hour-a-week person, first of all, has the availability of overtime. So when they get the chance to have overtime, they receive time. Sorry about that. That was my speaker system. Sure scared the jeebies out of me. Maybe somebody's listening in on us. But it'll be published on YouTube, so I don't think that they're going to get too much of a thrill in just getting it a few days earlier. But the fact is that the retirement is more than just an impact on your own personal finances, but the loss of your genius, your effort, your industry in our society that we are really seeing today. So unretiring has a personal impact, has a societal impact, and has a global impact too. So let's explore, just for a few minutes, some of the ideas and thoughts in unretiring. So you were working 40 hours a week, and when you did get overtime, you had time and a half. So that meant that you had more time, but that impacted not only the dollars that you had available to take home, but also any contributions that could have been made to a deferred compensation plan, such as a pension plan or profit sharing plan. And then one of the other aspects is that you had available the capital that would then increase your Social Security wage base, so that at some point in the future, when you did tap out on Social Security, there was more. Now we're talking, it hasn't been passed, so don't get excited, but now we're talking about possibly having overtime not subject to taxation. I don't know how they're going to do it. It was a campaign promise by the administration that won. It certainly, in the light of a lot of the waste that's occurring and has been disclosed in the governmental system, is a credible option. But my best guess is they're going to have to pay for it some way. My thinking is that tips would not be deductible by a person who provides a tip in a trade or business to another party. So we'll see where all this goes. But what I do think is that working overtime, having that money possibly not taxable, having tips, which means a motivation to work longer hours, receive better compensation. And I grant you, at the restaurant level, there's not a lot of additional compensation on the hourly rate, but where you do make your money is on the tips. And if these tips now can be tax-free, oh my gosh, that's a huge, huge benefit. Of course, those same tips don't build up your Social Security wage base either. That would mean then that you probably have to get into a savings program, something that is potentially adverse in the United States. Unretiring, though, means also that you don't work 40 hours, but you might work 35 hours or 32 hours. Whatever it is, the dollars that you bring home to your family unit have a huge impact. They can be saved, they can be spent, no question about it. They can be used, as my favorite utilization is, to retire debt. Because debt enslaves you, not only in terms of an interest rate, but also limits your capacity to take new risks. So unretiring is an exciting idea, and I have to again tip off my hat to the American Institute of CPAs for coming up with the idea. There's a few other reasons why unretiring is important. It adds a basis of dignity. Those that work are held in higher regard from those that do not. This has been our way ever since many people came over their families on the Mayflower. Mine certainly didn't. They were lucky to get into the United States because of the series of famines and the fact that they could finally be admitted around 1912. So we have this long-term tradition, both those who have been here for a long time, indigenous folks, but the main issue is that we had a high regard for people who work. They are celebrities, at least they used to be. Today, we may look at people who don't work but receive a lot of money with a sense of respect. I don't. My respect goes for that average Joe whose feet hit the floor in the morning and is motivated to get to work, to feed his family or her family, and then come home to be part of the fabric of society. That's my true hero. People that get paid money for doing nothing are not held in high regard by those of us who are not that far away from immigrants who've come to this country. So I would like to say unretiring is noble. Coming back, and I'm not just saying the folks that left because of the epidemics and the novel viruses that came through, but I'd like to also say that those people that did retire, that did hit that age, 67, 68, 70 and a half, whatever the age may be, that you decided that you wanted to finally retire, and probably the motivation being collect Social Security, you have a need in society for your genius. Many of you are as sharp as you were in your 40s. Many of you are as hardworking as you were in your 20s. But the fact is that society has really pushed you into this retirement mode. Get out of it. We need you. We need you in society. We need your genius and your expertise. I'm speaking to my own CPAs. Do you know there's only 300,000 practicing independent CPAs in the United States today? That's 1/3 of what the attorneys are at about 900 to 1 million practicing attorneys. We have a massive shortage of CPAs. Many of my buddies are leaving. Well, there's a lot of pressures in being a CPA, a lot of risks, a lot of deadlines, trying to keep everyone happy, a shortage of employees. It sure sounds an awful lot like people in all professions: veterinary medicine, dentistry, dermatology, other forms of human medicine, engineers, architects, actuaries. All people in all professions are having a heck of a time because a lot of the genius is retiring. And I'm asking you, unretire. Get back to a 40-hour work week, and then possibly take advantage of some really cool opportunities in the event that overtime is not taxed. These are exciting times, in the words of a good friend of mine from Indianapolis, and we need to take advantage of them. So, don't mean to go over the timeline, but I just wanted to bring that out as a thought. Get back to work. We need you. This is Owen McCafferty on behalf of Professional Fusion. Just want to say thank you.